How's it going, everyone? This is LaserFreakAttack, and here's my top 10 favorite tweaks released in August 2012. Now, these tweaks are in no specific order, they're just completely random. I just picked a few tweaks that I liked that came out in August and put together this top 10 list. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. The first tweak I'm going to be showing you is called Display Candy. And what that does is it just lets you have animations for when you open, close an app, or switch from app to app. So, for example, if I were to open the settings, you could see there's an animation there. And if I were to close it, there's another animation. And if I were to switch to a different app, for example, the App Store, you can see there's another ripple animation. So those are some animations. Take a quick look at the settings. You have settings for launching, closing, and switching apps. You can choose the animation. I just showed you 3 of about probably 10 or 15. And you can also customize the duration of each animation. So if you want it super slow or super fast. So it's pretty cool. And Display Candy. Display Candy, that is $2 in the Big Boss repo. This next tweak is called Dash, and Dash is a replacement for your app switcher, and it's really good looking in my opinion. Now to access it, you do need to set an activator method, and mine is just a double press of the home button. So let's go ahead and do that. And so here you can see that you can only see one app at a time. You have the title, the app icon, and then a preview of where the app left off. Now, you can also scroll over to see your other apps. So there's calendar, calculator, and the weather. So Dash does come with some settings. Let's go over them. So like I said, you can set your activator. And then here there are some different animations that Dash comes with. Let's go over them really quick. Here's a cover flow. And so here is cover flow. I like this animation a lot. It's really nice and it's really fluid. So that is cover flow. Next is time machine. And so here is time machine. Kind of like fades down. It's pretty unique. So that is time machine. Next is rotary, and it just puts all of the pages in sort of a circle, and they just swipe over to change. For some reason this kind of plays like gears in my head, like the sound every time I change. I don't know why. That's just what it reminds me of. And then this last animation is called cylinder. So what it does is it puts all the pages in a cylinder form, and then you just turn them around. I like how you can see the ones in the background from like behind, so that looks pretty neat. So this is pretty unique, and it's the cylinder animation. So those are all the animations, and then down here is just some extra information about the tweak and the developer. So that is called Dash, and it's $1.99 in the ModMyEye repo. So if you decide to use an app switcher replacement such as Dash, then you're going to need to be able to have access to your music controls, because as you saw, Dash doesn't really have any kind of music controls like the stock switcher has. This is where SpringMusic comes in. SpringMusic is a free tweak, and all it does is it has music control using an activator method. Now I just swipe up from the bottom of the screen, and then here is SpringMusic. It would say the artist, the title of the song, and then the album. And then you have your controls there and your AirPlay. So that's pretty handy. If you're using Dash, then you still have access to your music controls wherever you are. So that's SpringMusic. So this next tweak is called App Switcher Status Bar. I'm actually going to be showing you 2 tweaks at the same time, so that one and Status Bar Switcher. So this is basically user preference. It's whether you like one tweak or the other. So App Switcher Status Bar puts a status bar in your App Switcher, and Status Bar Switcher keeps the main status bar at the top of the screen when you open the app switcher. So let me go ahead and open it. So as you can see here, this first one, this is app switcher status bar. It puts a status bar in your app switcher. And if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see the status bar still there. That one's actually status bar switcher. This is pretty much user preference. They both look pretty nice, but so this is the only thing I don't like about this app switcher status bar is that you can't invoke activator actions on it. You can with this one, but not with this one. So this one's more for show, but this one still has all the functionality that the status bar should have. So app switcher status bar is 99 cents and status bar switcher is actually free. This next tweak is called Cam Time and it's free in the Big Boss repo. And what it does is it simply puts a timer in your camera app. Now I think this feature is what iOS is greatly lacking, and so to have a tweak finally come out for that is great. So I can't open my camera app because the recording will stop, but I did take some screenshots on what you should expect from Cam Time. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. First off, you would see right here at the bottom, you would see like a little timer icon next to the camera button, and when you tap it, you should see a menu like this come up and it'll say set the time in seconds. So if I were to put 5 seconds in there, let's say, then it'll say, it will press the button and do the countdown, and you could stop it if you want to. And then when the timer runs out, it takes the picture. So that's all you can expect from Cam Time. It just simply puts a little timer icon in your camera app when I think this is a feature that iOS really lacked. So it's called Cam Time and it's free. This next tweak is called Download Move and it's free in the Big Boss repo. And all it allows you to do is move your download bar when you're downloading an app. So as you can see, my download bar is actually at the bottom of the app, like on it, but at the bottom, and instead of like at the bottom, like underneath it, I guess I could say. Instead of being underneath, it's on top of it, but at the bottom. But you can also change the position. That's not the only one that comes with it. And you can also enable percentage for when it's downloading. So let me go ahead and show you one more position that you can put the download bar in. And so now the download bar is in the middle of the app icon, and I think that looks pretty great. I like the way that looks. So that's download move, just lets you move the download bar, and you can also enable percentage and things like that, but you do need a respring to apply the changes. So that's download move and it's free. This next tweak is called Mini Banners Pro, and what Mini Banners Pro does is it reduces the size of your banners, hence the name Mini Banners, and it also lets you customize the appearance of your banners, and it also lets you change the animation of which your banners come in. So let me go ahead and show you an example. So as you can see, it's slid in from the left and it's smaller and the banner is gray. And so let me go ahead and show you one more time, and then you can tap and hold on it to see the message. So that looks pretty neat. There are some settings, but you pretty much get the idea. The settings, you could just change the animations, you can change the color of the banner, and you can change different settings as how you want the banners to look and what you can actually do with the banners. So Mini Banners Pro is 99 cents in the Mod My repo. Here's another tweak that modifies your banner notifications, and it's called DietBulletin. And what it does is it makes your banner notifications as small as your status bar, and it looks really good. So here's an example. So that is Diet Bulletins, and it looks really nice, and I pretty much prefer that better. So that is pretty useful for when, say, you're in an app. You can still have access to the buttons, so you don't need to install any other further tweaks like Cover Me Not. Plus, you don't really need a bigger banner. So that is Diet Bulletin, and it is free in the source that I will be leaving in the description below. And last but definitely not least is a tweak called LockscreenCustomizer, and it's a great tweak if you're a themer or you just like to change the elements of your lock screen. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you can do with it. So first off, you can have certain things enabled, and the best part about this is the changes that you make happen in real time, so you don't have to respring for anything that you change. So for example, if I wanted to hide the top clock bar, it happens in real time, so there's no clock up here, so you can see there. And then here is a change. Instead of slide to unlock, it says slide, so you can enable that right here. So I could turn that back on and it would put it back. I could show the time in the status bar, or I could put the lock in the status bar. You can change the battery settings. You can have it always showing, so you can always have this showing even when it's not charging, or you can have it never showing even when it is charging. And you can also even remove and put back on the camera grabber, so you can see I don't have the camera grabber, but if I were to turn this back on, I would have the camera grabber back. And I really like the way these changes happen. It happens pretty quickly, and it's really cool. So that is a lock screen customizer, and it's free in the ModMyi repo. So that there pretty much sums up my top 10 favorite tweaks that were released in August 2012. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. That really helps me out a lot. And also please check out my Jailbreak Daily Facebook page. I'll have the link down in the description as well. And I will also have the link to every video that I have done a tweak on that I mentioned in this video as well. So that sums up this video of my top 10 tweaks released in August. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.